Hello, this is Greg Allison from Green Rigs. This is one bad year. This year, just don't let up. If it's not one thing, it's 100. In fact, we've got 100 wildfires burning out west across 14 states. And if that's not crazy, we've got both fire and ice in the west. Think about it. We've got all these wildfires, and we've got a summer blizzard, snowstorm that went all the way down into Colorado and even over into the western part of the Great Plains. It got the northwest corner of Kansas. And of course, you know, the eastern part of Colorado is the Great Plains. That's where you grow a lot of wheat and other food in that area. And some of those crops, fortunately, have been gotten up, but a lot of them may be at risk. And the people. I just had a report from a friend who had to evacuate livestock from a farm in Colorado, and they were going out west, and then they were trapped by all these fires. It's not fun. The people out there are struggling, are having a really bad time. And if you've had a chance to talk to these people, it's crazy. Now, the odd thing is, you know, we do know that some of these fires have been started by lightning. And of course, there was that gender reveal party where somebody had the bright idea. Apparently, I think they used fireworks. Guys, it's been wet, really dry in the west. You can't be doing stuff like that. But there's been reports of suspicious activity of a lot of people running around doing sketchy things, trying to start fires. People wearing masks. There was a YouTube video, which, no, excuse me, there was a Facebook video, which Facebook accidentally, well, pulled out of a lady who said her husband, in fact, had just come back from fighting fires, was checking on her home, and there was two guys trying to start a fire in a hay bale right across from their driveway. And he ran them off, and there were reports of them getting captured. But I was reading the chat log in this video, and there were just all kind of people talking about suspicious cars and activities here, there, and yonder. What's going on? Well, so let me tell you about it. Let's just look at the measure of it. Like I said, we know some of these got started by lightning. Some of them got started accidentally. You know, there is that old adage, you know, that old Saul Alinsky adage that Rafa Manuel was so often the quote, never let a good catastrophe, yeah, good, that's relative, right, go to waste. So that's how some of them think, apparently. So here's what's happening. We've got 100 wildfires again across a dozen western states, 12 western states. Over 4.3 million acres have been burned, according to the National Interagency Fire Center. That's nearly 7,000 square miles, roughly the size of New Jersey. And the August Complex Fire, I'm going to show you that one in a moment. The August Complex Fire of Northern California is the largest fire in the history, recorded history that is, of California. I remember last year, all the fires, Paradise Fire, take me down to Paradise City. Yeah, Paradise burnt. Paradise is gone. Paradise is lost, literally. I hope it's coming back. But, you know, what a shame. What a catastrophe. That was last year, but this year, bigger, worse fires. So, if you think about it, so that fire has burned over 471,200 some odd acres. And it's only 24% contained. So already this fire is known to have taken a child, and it's already taken one child. And this was the Cold Springs fire that did that. And it's known to, and that was in Washington, I believe. It's taken in Oregon 3 people. And one of these was in, well, one was in Jackson County, and I can't get the other county here. But so there were 3 in California. So there's 8 people that we know of that's been taken. And this is in Butte County. It's 80 miles north of Sacramento, state capital. So these are all over the place, and their bodies, they're working to recover them right now. This last reports I've heard, maybe they've got them out of there by now. So 14,000 firefighters are active in the state of California as we speak, fighting 28 fires in that state. And the North Complex fire burned 250,000 acres, 250,000 acres. And it's only 25% contained. And then there's the another fire, the Creek Forest fire, that's 0% contained. That's burned over 716,000, greater than 166,000 acres. And just northwest of Fresno, there was over 30,000 people evacuated. 30,000 people. Where do you put that many people? That's just from one area. These fires all over the place. They're evacuating a lot of people. Where are these people going? What are they eating? They're leaving everything behind. They're having to. They're losing their home, their property. This is a tragedy. You know, and so there's over 37 active fires in California alone. Over 900, no, in Oregon, okay. 900, in Oregon, excuse me. Over 37 active fires and 900,000 acres burned. So, in Oregon, they've lost several small towns. The governor of Oregon said that the state had never seen anything like this. Her name is Kate Brown. Governor Kate Brown said the state has never, in its history, seen anything like this at all. And if you go back to California, there's a fire near Monrovia that's burned over 20,000 acres. So, you know, there's dozens of people missing. And in fact, people in California are saying, hey, with the winds and the smoke blowing west, that, you know, San Francisco and a lot of these cities, you look like Mars. People are equating it to doomsday, the end of time. And I'll show you a picture. In fact, I'm going to show you a picture from Mars here, just to give you an example of what it looks like. Let's look at some pictures. Let's do some shares here. Yeah, I was going to share that video, but it's gone. Yeah. Here we go. Here's a picture from Mars. This is a SpaceX Starship, Elon Musk Starship on Mars, right? No, this is the Transamerica Pyramid in San Francisco. I mean, look at this. Isn't this crazy? This is nuts. I got to put this picture in here really for filler because this picture's so long. I can make a screenshot out of it alone, but you know, it just tell you the story. Just, you know, if just because somebody's not burning doesn't mean they're suffering. I mean, this is bad for your health. This is bad for the health throughout the state of California, throughout the state of Oregon and Washington, and some of these fires. You know, look here, Idaho. There's a few here. Look here, Nevada, and there's some even east of here, Utah, and places like that. But if you look at this map, these fires are huge. This is that August complex fire I was telling you about. It's the biggest one ever recorded in the recorded history of California. That is a ginormous fire. I mean, California is a giant state. I mean, look, this is a very significant portion of the land areas in these states. So we're talking an area, collective area bigger than New Jersey. And this shows up in space. I mean, this is creating pyroclastic, pyrocumulus clouds. And these clouds are just streaming west out over the Pacific Ocean. And this wind gets picked up. And it's coming even back up through here. I mean, last night I was out looking and our sky had a little bit of a red tint to it. You know, we don't have anything like, you know, Mars here or San Francisco, whatever that is. You know, it's nothing like that. But, you know, guys, you know, this is the area where a lot of our food is grown, right in this valley right here where Sacramento's at. And there's a lot of little fires here. And this fire here, what's coming? And you know, how's the smoke? How's the drought? How are the crops there going to make it? I mean, yeah, we get our grains from the Midwest, but you know, we need a lot of fruits and vegetables. In California right now, in Arizona to some degree, but mostly California is producing the bulk of that. And you know, I've been telling you, we got to grow on food. But, you know, what's happening to these people? Where are they going? And why is it that there's all those reports of people running around starting fires? You know, there was the threats by some that, you know, hey, they'd come out to the country and we thought they'd be coming a big protest, and we never saw that happening. Instead, they're just taking advantage of the high winds and the dryness, and they're sneaking around. Is that what's happening? Well, I don't know. That's kind of how it's been reported by some people. But there have been eyewitness accounts of people saying, hey, we saw them, they tried to start a fire. So how much of this is because of that, I cannot tell you. Cannot tell you. But I saw numerous reports and numerous people in this chat log talking about seeing cars parked here and there and a lot of sketchy things going on. I don't know, my friends. I hope that's wrong. And I hope cooler heads prevail, because this is going to come back on you. There's no way that there's anything good about this. And two wrongs never make a right. But of course, there's always this, and it may not be an organized thing. You know, there are those pyromaniacs who just love fire. Well, that's just sick. But there it is. This could get worse. Some of these fires are 0% contained. Some are roughly a quarter contained. And I don't know. We need to pray for these people and help them out however we can. This is a huge area of our country that we rely on for a lot of our agriculture. Look, this area in Washington State, that's a very productive food area. There's a lot of food grown in Oregon. Right now, it's mostly in the mountains here in Oregon. Right there, that's a really interesting area. I must be close to Spokane. And I've driven through here. I've driven through that area. And I've driven all down through here, too. So I've been all through this area where they're showing these fires, and it's, you know, beautiful country, and there's a lot of good people there. They're suffering enormously. And, you know, sometimes we sit on TV, we just sit on the weather report. You know, this isn't the top line news. I don't know why it's not. It should be. And if there is something sketchy going on, that should be top line news. Why is that not? That really bothers me. So, friends, there it is. We've got major fires, major catastrophe, and snow and ice and blizzards. Fire and ice and fire, all at the same time in the American West. So if you've got people and friends out there, you know, do what you can for them. Otherwise, pray. These people will need a lot of help. So whatever you can do. A lot of people are out there really working. A lot of people are out there fighting the fires. 14,000 firefighters in California alone. Wow. So, guys, you know, this is just a piece of the puzzle of what's coming at us. We got so many things coming at us. Internal strife. The elections are coming up. External threats of war and rumors of war. Things going on with China. And, you know, we've got our magnetosphere of the Earth is weakening. Of course, that makes the weather go more serpentine and wonky. That with grand solar minimum and everything else, our weather is just getting wonkier and wonkier, and it doesn't show any sign of getting any better anytime soon. Some of us kind of expected that. Now we're seeing it. On top of that, you know, we've got a greater threat of solar events with the magnetosphere dropping. It means the smaller solar storm can get us and take out our grid. And of course, we could lose that as a consequence of a lot of the tensions going on, external and maybe even internal. So keep your eyes wide open and head on swivel. But you know what you need to do? You need to get yourself ready, get your family ready. First, be right with your maker. Be centered. Don't panic. Unless you got to run. If you got a fire coming at you, you need to scoot. And you don't have to be a panic, but you better get moving fast. And you need to stay smart. If you're panicking, you trip over your little feet. You run your car through the ditch, and then you can't move. You're caught, and you can't get out, and you burn up. That's what panicking leads you to. You don't think when you're panicking. You got to think. Do not panic. Don't ever panic. Sometimes you could get in a bit of a big hurry. That's okay, but think. Keep the brain turned on. Keep the eyes wide open and head on the swivel, and the brain turn full tilt. All right. But with all these climatic issues, with all the fires and ice and storms, you need to grow your own food. You can grow food in your garden. You can turn your garden into a microclimate. You can put it in a greenhouse. You can grow food in your house. And even, you know, this isn't hitting everywhere. Most yards are still fine. in this country. You can still grow your food in your yard, in your backyard. You should grow it in your front yard. You should say the heck with the homeowners association. Your neighbors ought to go fight City Hall and the homeowners association and said, no, we're going to do this because this is where we're at. This is the new world, the new reality. We've got to do this and take it and, you know, stuff it. So I want to show you something here. I'll do another screen share. You can help me and you by, of course, subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to do a lot more videos on things you got to be aware of. Because it is my proposition to help you survive, thrive, and stay out of the hive. Now, part of that is you do need to grow your own food. You can check the links below in the show notes on my channel and also the pin notes I put in my videos, and they'll take you to True Leaf Market. And here you can get all kind of gardening seeds. And the great deals, they even tell you how to grow it. That's the great thing. But you can also get stuff to grow in your house, microgreens. I got videos on my channel telling you how to grow microgreens in your home. And you can grow a lot in a very small space. You'll be surprised what you can do. Greg, we'll need seeds. Well, hey, you know what? Plant a few plants in a pot and, you know, put them in a windowsill, put them out in the stoop and bring them in when you need to, you know, if you can. Or have a friend grow some for you, you know, down the road. Sprouts. That's another thing you can grow. Wheatgrass. You can grow microgreen sprouts and wheatgrass indoors. And you get all kinds of supplies here. And there's just tons of categories, information. Hey, this is a wonderful site. They'll really help you out. So go to True Leaf Market. Use my link. It'll help my channel and help you. It won't cost you a cent more to go to them through me. And the great deals on seeds are good people there. And furthermore, you need to store food because with all the uncertainties in the climate, the weather, it's a good time to have a lot of food stored. The economy, the economy may be our biggest challenge coming up. But guess what? You can get $100 off. Look at this, $100 off for just $197 presently. Now this will go up. You know, there'll still be some good deal here. But you know, you can't expect these prices to stay the same as food prices are about to skyrocket. So you better get it while the getting's good, in my opinion. And you know, also go to the box stores and get stuff like this. So you get 3 square meals a day with breakfast, lunch, dinner. Look at this good, yummy food, including desserts and drinks. $100 off. Hard to beat. I got some. You get some. It's good for you. And hey, if you can't afford that, you can start small. Prep, because it's easy to carry with you. Stop that share. Bam. We're back. All right, that was short and sweet, I hope. And friends, pray. Pray for the people in the West. Pray for the people in China. The people in China just got hit. I mean, the last 2 weeks with 3 typhoons in northwest China and North Korea. Bridges have been washed out. Their infrastructure shot. Stored food has been ruined. Crops have been ruined. And this is on top of everything happening in the Yangtze River Valley. The floods just aren't stopping. These people are going to be starving to death. They're going to be desperate. I don't think they can buy enough food. I don't think the money will get them enough. They're going to buy as much as they can. That's going to drive up food prices and drive down availability. That's why you need to get ready. But who knows? You know, as we go into the next political season, and you know, a lot of these shops are just creeping by. You know, the restaurants. You know, they're not getting. Go by a restaurant and look in there. You know, or if you do go in one, what do you find? There's not near as many people. But the place is still paying the overhead for running the facility. They're barely surviving. Most businesses only survive on a 7% margin. You're going to see a lot of businesses going out of business. A lot of business owners are talking about shutting down in a few months. Do everything you can to support your local businesses. You know, if you don't want to go into the restaurant and eat, I can't blame you for that, but you can pick up, carry out. You know, help the guys out, but help out your local tradesmen, especially the small guys. Buy local from your local farmers. Go to the farmers market. Set up deals. Buy community supported agriculture, CSA. Participate in that. Do everything you can to help your locals, your neighbors, your family, your local community, because that's where it's at. When the grid goes down, all these big global networks go poof. Most globalism is not sustainable. You know, they tell you it's the solution. It's not. It's the boot on your neck. So don't pay for the boot on your neck. Pay for freedom and independence. And if you want freedom and independence, finally, just remember, I've started the future, excuse me, I'm a futurist, I always think about the future. Started the Freedom Restoration Foundation. So email me presently. I will have a website, another website, and email for it soon. Hopefully for too long. how5space@aol.com. Put freedom in the subject line. I do have my volunteers now working our list. The return of that. So go ahead and email, and we are working up the tribe list. If you're interested in survival tribes, email me. Same address, and put tribes in the subject line. So again, let's pray for the people in the West and wish them the very best. They got a lot on them. Even if they're not under the fire, that smoke is horrible. And that's not going to help the crops either. So, and it's going to wreck infrastructure, power, possibly water. We don't know what else at risk. Let's just pray that they get some rain out west, that this goes away. Anyway, folks, I will say this: be the light and love in the world. Hate does not fight hate. Hate does not dispel hate. Hate creates hate. Do not go there. Love dispels hate. Just like light dispels the darkness. So be the light, be the love in the world. Share your love. And I thank you for watching.